They linger on these memories, oh, these precious memories, memories of you. Ah, they linger in the twilight, and in the wistful hours there, sometimes just before the dawn.
Good morning, Staples. It is Thursday, April 30th. I'm Gavin Berger.
And I'm Cole Toussaint. We have a good show for you today. Before we can begin, would you all please stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mimi Burris has been listening to WWPT for a while and decided that she has some favorite radio shows.
So Mimi approached the crew of The Truman Show and asked them about their show, how they got together, and what they like. Here's her report.
Good morning, Staples. We decided to talk to one of the many radio stations we have at WWPT. Here's what we found out.
Sure. Let's go around. Nick, you want to start?
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm not a regular on The Truman Show, but they let me hang out with them today.
Hi, I'm Trevor Rifkin, also the component of the Truman name.
My name's Alex Sheeman. I'm the human component of the Truman Show.
Yes, and together we make the Truman Show, which is the name of our Thursday show in WWPT.
4:30 every Thursday.
We have a lot of fun. We discuss, our opinions on, some of the newer and older music that we play. We do talk about news frequently. Typically stuff around school. Sometimes if we have political issues, we'll tackle them too. We'd like to make our show a variety, and we think that really is kind of the statement of the WWPT show. WWPT radio network is to be able to be commercial free and be able to express yourself. We'll play anything from Miles Davis to Vampire Weekend or something like that. We're just really, it's really nice that have such a all-encompassing format.
We can play anything we want, and we like a large amount of music. We'll get calls in from regulars in town, and we'll listen in and say, hey. We once got a guy who called in and said, you guys playing Jimi Hendrix on the air gave me just vivid flashbacks to being at Woodstock, watching Jimi Hendrix on stage perform. And that hit us. We have people who listen to the show, and they're really happy to hear what we play. And so we'll play older music, we'll play what people want to hear, as well as we'll play what we want to hear, because that's also what people want to hear. They'll tell us, we love listening to what you guys like. We love knowing what the kids are interested in these days. And so we give that variety that people are looking for when they tune into 90.3.
Thanks, Mimi, for your report. Doing a radio show is a fun and creative way to spend an hour or two. If you have any interest in doing the show with your friends, see Mr. Zito in the Media Lab, room 450, next to the Black Box. He can help you get started.
Spencer and Sarah did a piece last quarter about fashion at Staples, and they are back this week with their first fashion tip. Let's see what they have in store for us.
This week we decided to give the students a little tip on fashion.
Being true to your own style will make you feel so much more confident in any situation, which in turn will help you look 1,000 times better.
Thanks for that helpful tip, Reese. Now back to the host.
Okay, so be true to your own style, Staples, and it'll all be good. Maybe Sarah and Spencer will even have another tip for us again soon.
Well, there is another piece about something else this week, but I don't want to spoil the surprise for you, so I'll just say, here it is.
Baby Pictures is back, and on this episode we'll be showcasing James Franco, Eric Mungurtis, and Alec Bird. Let's see how the boys do this week.
I think the first one is James Franco, the second one is Mungurtis, and the third one is Alec Bird.
I'd say the first one is Mungurtis, the second one is James Franco, and the third one is Alec Bird.
The first one is James Franco. The second one is Mungurtis. The third one is Alec Bird.
The first one is James Franco. The second one is of the teacher. Third one is the student.
I'll go with Mungurtis, Bird, and the third one.
I'm gonna go with, I think the first one is James Franco. I think the second one is Mr. Mungurtis, and the third one has to be Alec Bird.
The first one is James Franco. I think the second one is Mr. Mungurtis, and then I think the third one is Alec Bird.
I think Alec's the first one. I think Mr. M. Let's go with Mr. M. He's the second one, and I think James Franco's the third one. Look how tan he is.
Better luck next week, Staples, and now back to the host.
Thanks for those infamous baby pictures. Perhaps we have not seen the last of them.
Because of the visit by Tommy Wallach and his book We All Looked Up, the library learned in comments and had the idea to ask students what they would do if the Earth only had a few months before it was hit and destroyed by an asteroid. Several of our TV journalists liked the idea and asked students and staff what they might do if they only had 2 months to live. Here's what they learned.
They said the asteroid would be here in 2 months. They gave us 2 months to become something bigger than we've been. 2 months to really live.
In light of Tony Wallach, the author of We All Looked Up, visiting Tokay Hall next Friday, we went around asking Staples students what they would do if they had 2 months left to live.
I'd probably drop out of school, go party every day, and just do nothing.
I would go on a vacation. If I was given 2 months to live, I would travel the world.
Rob a bank.
Ball hard and work on my YouTube channel.
Go down to New York, take my husband out of his office, get us in a limo, get on a plane, and go to Sydney, Australia, to South Africa, go on a safari to New Zealand to see where they made Jurassic Park, and then come back and take everyone I know out to dinner.
I would probably want to spend it with both my parents and my children and my husband all together. Really fun.
Make sure to read his book, We All Looked Up, and then go to Tokay Hall on Friday, May 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. to visit him.
I'm not sure if I would rob a bank, but I do like Mr. Dodig's idea of going on the ultimate vacation. But we will just have to wait for our next update about Tommy Wallach's book.
Several of our TV journalists are taking AP classes, and they thought they might do a piece on preparing you for your APs. So here's what they learned.
We went around Staples and asked some AP teachers for tips on how to be best prepared for the AP exam.
Buy a AP review book and review. Those are usually the most helpful, I find.
You should get a good night's sleep and have a protein-rich breakfast and then high-five your AP teacher before the exam.
Make sure you buy an AP review book. Not in May, but in October.
So make sure to look at those AP books, get a great night's sleep, and have a hearty breakfast. Good luck on those AP exams, Staples, and now let's throw it back to the hosts.
Well, these are some useful suggestions for you. Hope you all prepare well and have success on your upcoming APs.
Up next is a promo for an upcoming event, Stand Up to Cancer.
Hey Staples, on May 15th, the Stand Up to Cancer Club is having a charity event held in the auditorium. If you're interested in performing, contact Lindsay Marks or myself on Facebook. It's going to feature performances by students in Staples, and it's going to be a fun night. Now let's throw it back to the host. So contact Lindsay Marks or myself if you are willing to perform and support this event.
Hey seniors, up next is an announcement for a baccalaureate party that is going to happen the night before graduation. Check out what Mr. Zito has to say.
Seniors, I know this is an exciting time for you. Soon you'll be out on internship. Soon you'll be out. Realize that prom's coming up. Baccalaureate's coming up just before graduation. And baccalaureate's really special. It's a real celebration of your talented class, and this celebrates your creativity. It's extra special this year because there's a huge party that's going to be thrown at Longshore for you right after that. And this party is really special this year. It's going to have great food, tarot card reading. You can win all sorts of things in raffles. I don't know if you've ever seen a professional hypnotist show. I've been involved with a couple of them. They're really, really cool. It's funny. It's just cool. Here, watch the guy that you got a chance to see.
I want you to reach underneath your chairs, grab some darts.
I really enjoyed it. It was a very successful event.
I liked when Juju fell asleep on everyone. Yeah, it was awesome.
He's the man.
Every time you hear that song, the Cotton Eye Joe, you will stand up, go to the center of the stage, and dance for us.
So listen, that was pretty cool, but imagine you're those people that he's hit. It's very cool. You don't want to miss this night. Now listen, your parents have been sent an email. When you sign up for the prom, you can sign up for the waiver that will allow you into this. It's going to be a great party. You don't want to miss it. Seniors, we're going to miss you, but it's a real celebration at the end of the year, and a big part of it is the night after baccalaureate.
So seniors, it looks like a good time. Don't miss out on it.
This weekend is the first weekend in May. It's time for the annual Green Day celebration. We got a chance to catch up with Mr. Aikenhead to learn more about it. Here's what he said.
Hey Staples, we got a chance to talk to Mr. Aikenhead about the Earth Day celebration at the farm. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so this weekend is actually a weekend-long event called Green Day. It was started by Club Green and myself about 3 years ago. This is our third year, and as you can tell, it started out as one day, but it's grown into a whole weekend-long event. And it's basically an opportunity to celebrate sustainability in Westport. So our main mission is just to highlight all the amazing stuff going on in town, with respect to preserving the earth, sustainable building, all sorts of great green technology. Our event's actually very unique. And rather than being in one location here in town, we're actually bringing people all over Westport so they can see firsthand where these activities and events are taking place. So starting Friday at the library, we have a speaker from 4 to 5, Doug McDonald, who has built probably the most energy efficient house in America. So he's going to talk about his design called the Passive House, and he might actually offer house tours of the property so you could see firsthand afterwards. So that's Friday, kicking off the event from 4 to 5 at the library. On Saturday, it's a truly action-packed schedule. In the morning, you can do your part to help clean up Westport. There's going to be cleanups at the Wakeman Fields and Wakeman Farm, led by Builders Beyond Borders, or you can actually look on the website, westportgreenday.com, to look at cleanup locations all over. That's through the morning. Later morning at 10 and 11 a.m., there's tours of the wastewater treatment plant, believe it or not, which sounds kind of gross, but it's actually very fascinating to see what happens to your wastewater. Then in the afternoon, we're going over to the Wakeman Town Farm, where I'm the steward and the farmer. And we're going to do sheep shearing, a maypole dance, garden tours, meet the animals. We have new alpacas, goats, sheep, ducks. So that should be a really great activity. And then that evening, there's a documentary showing at Town Hall led by Westport Cinema Initiative. And the documentary is called The Whale. And I've seen it. It's actually very intriguing. It sort of highlights the relationship between humans and other animals, and how well we understand one another. So if you're looking for something to really get the mind going, definitely check that documentary out. And then Sunday, there's even more stuff going on at Earth Place in the afternoon from around 12 to 4. They're going to be doing nature hikes, pond science, touch tanks. There's going to be all sorts of eco vendors there. There's also an electric vehicle rally happening in Westport on Sunday at the train station. And rounding things up is David Pogue, our Yahoo Tech specialist, who's going to talk about green technology from 4 to 5 at Westport Library. So as you can see, it's an action-packed schedule. You can go to one, go to all, but there's really something for everyone, and I'm sure you guys can learn a lot if you attend some of these events. Okay, so really our goal with this whole event is just to get people thinking green, thinking about sustainability. So again, take some time out this weekend. The weather's looking good. Go out, check out your town, and see all the great work in sustainability that's happening.
Big thanks to Mr. Aikenhead for the interview. You should definitely go check out the farm when you can. Now let's throw it back to the host. So check out this link at westportgreenday.com and try to spend a little time this weekend at some of these great Green Day events.
Meg, Victoria, and Taylor are back with this week's Game of the Week, and great and well-played game it was. Here it is.
Last Wednesday, our Staples boys lacrosse team played Fairfield Ludlow. We're here with Cooper Boardman to talk about the game. Cooper, tell us about the game and what really went on.
It was a really good game, a really hard-fought game between each team. Staples had an early lead, a 4-0 lead, and Ludlow was able to come back in the second half and ultimately able to get the victory. But a lot of great lacrosse play between each team. Staples played some pretty good defense, unfortunately not down the stretch, and ultimately they lost the game.
Now let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game.
But the Wreckers are able to retain possession.
Great shot there by Evanson, even though it went just slightly above the cage of the
net. And a goal!
Matt Johnson with the goal.
Cheddar!
Matty Ice, they call him. Matt Johnson.
Makes a dodge, passes it off, and is a shot and goal by number 22, Tanner Wood. That was a Rally at the X position. Rally has a great feed. Johnson, goal.
Matt Johnson, once again, the man, the myth, the legend.
Wild. It might have been because of Evanson being guarded. Now, Berger steals it up the left side. We see 10 seconds left in the quarter. Shoots and scores. That is Ross Goldberg, a junior attackman in the quarter.
Wood over to Reale. Reale can't hit. It's kicked back up to Chamberlain. Chamberlain rips a
shot,
and
goal!
He finds the back of the net. It's 5-4 as the Wreckers finally answer the onslaught of Fairfield Ludlow goals. Fourth quarter. Down to Reale at X, trying for the wraparound try.
Shot, goal!
And it's goal as he finds the back of the net on the left side. He came right around and just kind of flicked his wrist. It went onto the left side, and it's 6-5 Wreckers with 8:37 to go in this fourth quarter.
It was a very well-played game by our Staples boys lacrosse team. Unfortunately, during overtime, Ludlow ended up scoring the winning point. We'd like to thank Cooper again for his time and throw it back to the host.
Thanks, girls, and thanks to Cooper for sharing his insight into that evening of exciting lacrosse.
That's our show for today, Staples. The Pure Day class will be back next week.
We will see you at the Green Day events this weekend.
And seniors, don't forget to sign up for the baccalaureate party. Goodbye.